Yeah, hello, everybody. Y'all ready for the Rean Bean Machine today? We're back with some more trails into Reverie. Hey, yo, Eric, what's up? It is time for the Rean Bean Machine. Where'd the game be? There the game be. Today, we're starting Act 1 of Rean Schwaza. I don't know how far we're going to get through it, but we will be doing plenty here today. And it is still sweltering hot here, even though we had a mini thunderstorm. It lasted like 5 minutes. And then it went away. But it was like one heck. It was like a bucket just like dumped on us and everything. But yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's sweltering in degrees? I mean, today in Fahrenheit, after everything, is like 95 Fahrenheit, which is like what? 30 something C, right? 95 degrees Fahrenheit to Celsius. Exactly 35. Oh, on the dot. Yeah, with humidity. And it's not great. So yeah, here we go. So last we left off, we finished up Lloyd's route, or Act 1. And this was like the coolest thing in the world. Holy crap, this was so much fun to do. Like Lloyd's last thing of his Act 1 was like the coolest thing in the world. But now we have to hop over to Rean. Rean! 41 on the regular. Oh, I hate it's called Trails to Walk. I'm sure they could have thought of literally anything else. Whoa! We're just starting off with the fight. In JP, it's called Cross Story. Yeah, I think that's a much better term.
No, I can fight. Turn. I'm ready. Pathetic. Turn!
Claire?
This doesn't make any sense.
Kurt's just straight up dead. Oh yeah, I adjusted audio again, so just let me know if anything doesn't sound right. I think it sounds pretty good, but if anything doesn't sound right or things need to be adjusted, just let me know, because I'm once again fine-tuning things every single episode until I find something I'm happy with.
Come on, we'll hide under the bridge.
One of these days I'll be happy with the way I sound compared to the game.
We need to get to Instructor Rean ASAP if we're going to figure out some way to help out Ash and Muse.
You can do this, Yuna! You don't need Rean.
I agree. We need to get out of this icy water before it saps any more of our strength. That should be our top priority.
Are we in Ymir?
I hope you don't think I can't see you down there.
Admittedly, while Claire is the most like 50-50 character right now, gotta admit, she does look really good in this outfit.
Is anywhere safe from her?
No one escapes the icy maiden when she's this serious, I fear.
I can't believe this is happening.
The only thing Yuna can do by herself is shout at the people about Crossbell. That's true. several hours before at 10 a.m. Oh, yo, we're in Ymir! Ymir, the hot springs paradise. This is just a fantastic JRPG town. Rean Bean Machine. Claire Rebelt. Oh, she's just here? Then why were you fighting us earlier?
What a gorgeous sight.
Or later, I guess.
So, this is where you grew up, instructor?
What a wonderful place. It's so peaceful and calming.
I figured the snow would have all melted by this time of year.
Most of it has. This is just what's left over.
You can tell Sean Chiplock has been doing Rean for a while because his voice is even lower than it was in CS4. It took a while to get this game out. It's like, you gotta get back to Rean, but it's been a hot minute, hasn't it?
You would have really seen some snow if we were here a month ago.
But I do miss his Babu voice from CS1 and 2.
Oh, how lovely. It's nice to be honeymooning in a winter wonderland.
Yeah, it's half a year after CS4, so all the shenanigans have stopped, but I meant like real-time dubbing too. I think in real life it's been how many years since CS4 English came out compared to Reverie? A few, right? Or no, not a few, at least like a couple.
I owe this town much after all they did for me 2 years ago.
I think we owe you more than you owe us.
Oh yeah. You used Ymir as your base during the Civil War, right?
Yeah!
Yeah. She did a ton of work to improve our defenses and our communications network.
First thing Muse says, and it's already crap. Dude, I cannot fathom the people out there that are like, yo, Muse's such a great character. I'm like, what?
I suppose it's been 2 years for me as well.
Like, she's not the worst character in all of gaming history, but like, there's just things that she does that makes absolutely no sense, and half her dialogue also is just, ugh.
The last visit I recall was when I was tasked with abducting Princess Alphen and Instructor Rean's little sister.
Yes, you did do that!
It's also been a while for you, Rean, hasn't it? Why don't we start by letting your parents know that we're here?
That
That's a
sounds good
great
to me.
idea.
I want to introduce all my students to them.
It's going to feel a little strange meeting our instructor's parents.
Yeah. I'm feeling kinda nervous all of a sudden.
Would actually abuse positions of power to get sexual favors, dude, honestly. I don't think they really understand just how much of a problem a lot of Muse's dialogue actually is when you put it into perspective. But hey, at least we have Altina's unbridled bluntness. She's great.
I, for one, can hardly wait to say hello to my future
No!
in-laws.
No!
I've got a whole lot of stories to tell them about their little baby boy.
Please don't embarrass me in front of my family.
That's essentially how parasocial relationships are these days, aren't they? Rean's Route Act 1, as the snow thaws. Dude, it feels so good to be back here in Ymir. Alright, enough bash and Muse. We need to look on the positive side. Welcome to the house of Baron Schwarzer. We have been eagerly awaiting your arrival. Oh, real maid! You could tell she's been well trained. I didn't expect to find you helping out, Maple. You've gotten way better at welcoming guests. The Phoenix Wings has trained me well, young Rean. You're seeming a lot more grown up yourself, just not as much as me. The positive side, Maple. Positive side, if she was older, she would be good. Hold on! Chotomate. And suddenly, all pretenses of professionalism slip away. You know what, Rean? This might be a new record of how many sentences you've gone without saying haha. Now, please come this way. Baron and Lady Schwarzer await you in the study. Who's she? An old friend of mine who works at the Phoenix Wings. She's got a year on me and is determined to never let me forget it. You seem rather close, but... Looks to me like all friends, no benefits. I figured Schwarzer would have every chick in town fawning over him. I wouldn't have put it past him either, to be honest. Is this really what you think of me? Clearly nobody would dare to get in Elise's way. Here we go again. I'm starting to feel a little sorry for him. That makes two of us. Something wrong, young Rean? Sorry, we're coming now.
Mom, Dad, I'm home.
To be fair, Rean, almost every female in your immediate vicinity is attracted to you. Yuna is right, she is. Teo Schwarzer! And Lucia Schwarzer.
It's good to see you again, my
Or
son.
Lucia.
It's been a long half year without you.
Oh my.
I'm sorry I haven't been able to visit as often as I'd like. Especially since it sounds like Elise has been too busy to come home as well. She's asked me to give you both her regards.
Is this the Aaron Village theme from CS4?
Well, I'm sure St. Estraya's student council is keeping her plenty busy.
Is that VA just typecast as JRPG Fathers? I think it might be. I don't know the name, but it sounds like it would be
I
that.
hope she doesn't work herself sick.
Oh, she will.
I'm sure she's just fine. The younger students all seem to adore her, and she has Her Highness there if she's ever in need of a friend to talk to. I've also been keeping an eye out to make sure no insects start buzzing around her.
Rean!
Are you now?
I know he's Byleth's father in 3H, and I've seen him in another game you streamed, which he also voiced the dad. What other game did I stream? I mean, I recently streamed Octopath, and before that was Strangers of Paradise, and it was Crosscode. Oh, what was it actually? Now I'm curious.
That overprotectiveness may create more trouble than it prevents.
Might have been this game, actually. I think he does more than one voice. Probably. Might have actually seen him in Crossbell.
Poor Elise.
It's a pleasure to see you both again, Lord and Lady Schwarzer.
Ah, yes. Remember when you were evil?
The same to you, Major Revolt.
There we go. Something in Lloyd's path where he's also father. Yeah, I think so.
It's not hard to imagine that the RMP must be exceptionally busy at the moment. I hope your time here will help ease some of your weariness.
Thank you, Your Lordship.
Oh, and these must be your students.
Man, if they weren't so wishy-washy with Claire sometimes, I feel like she really would be one of the best characters. Like, one of the best female characters in, like, every regard. Like, she's got a cool position, she's got cool, like attacks with her gun and stuff like that. She's got the JRPG looks. Like, there's a lot good going for her, but they just use her in the weirdest ways in the second half of Cold Steel.
That's right.
It's like you fixed her by making Yuna
My name is Kurt Vander.
in a weird way.
I have learned much under Instructor Rean's exemplary tutelage.
You would be one of the rare practitioners of the Vander School's dual blade style. I've heard that despite how capable you are, you're not one to rest on your laurels. Humble, too.
And Otto, yeah. The story doesn't have catharsis to it.
Unusual and admirable qualities in someone of your age.
This guy just got the daddy role.
I am honored you would speak of me that way, but I'm afraid you overestimate me.
Kurt, please, we talked about this.
Oh, I don't think so.
Ash Carbide!
Name's Ash Carbide.
Also a really cool character, actually, now that he's all fully done dealing with the curse.
If you've heard it, chances are it's because your son was complaining about what a pain in the ass I am.
When she decides to finally fight earnestly, it's like, okay, that's cool, but we're trying to prevent the end of the world here. Can you kindly bugger off? Exactly.
On the contrary, I've heard there's much more to you than that prickly exterior of yours. Rean's told me that deep down, you're a very smart, considerate young man who your fellow students depend on.
The hell? You want to watch what bullcrap you're feeding your folks about me, Schwarzer?
Sorry, you're just stuck being a big old softie.
Yes.
The denial is what makes him oh so lovable.
He's Wiseman and Philip in Sky Third. Wait, really? Wow, this guy's been places. Leap.
I am Muse Egret. It's a pleasure. I owe much to both of your children.
Ah, I've heard much about you. It can't be easy to shoulder so much responsibility at such a young age.
Not at all. Instructor Rean's love and support give me the strength
Hold
necessary
on.
to overcome any obstacle.
Hold on.
Oh my. Love, you say?
What's up, Rio? No, Muse, down, girl. Yes, we are all banding together to just prevent Muse from getting to Rean.
Can't you spare me your harassment in front of him?
He even calls it harassment. He knows.
I see that Elise wasn't exaggerating. You are quite the character. I'm glad that she and Rean have someone like you to come to when they need it.
Father, no. You don't understand. We don't want her.
Think nothing of it. That's what family does.
Doesn't miss a beat, does she?
She certainly does not.
My name is Una Crawford. It's a pleasure to meet you. I found myself in Instructor Rean's debt before even enrolling at the academy, and I've constantly been in it since.
Esto, no.
But I've been trying to learn as much as I can from him so that one day I can be a source of strength to others just like him.
And listen, everybody, I will continue to stand Yuna in this game as well. I loved her in CS3 and 4, especially when she got her time the spotlight in CS4, and I will continue this train.
Oh, you're the young lady from Crossbell. What a commendable spirit you have.
I know Eric is a big not fan of Yuna.
I agree. You seem every bit the earnest, cheerful young woman Rean told us you were.
We have both sides of the spectrum.
What else did he say about me?
He told us, you never give up even when all seems lost, and act like a shining beacon of light to those around you.
I'd argue is basically the secondary protagonist of the Cold Steel games. I said the same thing too! Although it kind of gets weird because they try to have Kurt and Altina also play that role a little bit too, so it's kind of like a trio of things. But yeah, Yuna is absolutely the secondary protag.
It seems he really depends on you.
That's really flattering to hear.
I'm telling you, CS4 Act 1 did so good for her.
But also really embarrassing to hear in front of my classmates.
You're not the only one going red.
How are you not completely desensitized to the things you say by now?
You know, Kurt, fandom that's what the fandom also thinks. And then CS4, rest of the game, forgot about her. Welcome back, Flame Bro. Hopefully the ad wasn't too annoying.
I feel a little jealous, truth be told.
And Blubba's here, hello. The gang's all coming together. Welcome, everybody. I hope you're all having a great weekend so far.
Anyway, I've had my turn now. Last up is you.
And honestly, for what it's worth, the best for last. Easily one of the best developed characters from CS2 all the way to CS4. Altina Orion.
Altina Orion.
You okay, Allie?
I'm the one who abducted Elise and the princess during the Northern Jaegers attack on Ymir 2 years ago. Altina, I know I have no right to even be here after the harm my actions caused you.
Altina, best Cold Steel character in my opinion. Ooh. He's definitely in the top there for sure. But best? Ah, that's a tricky one.
But since I have this opportunity, I am so terribly sorry for what I did.
They've done her so well in terms of development. Oh.
That must really have been eating away at her.
please, raise your head. You were but a child following orders, and you did nothing to harm either of them.
Remember when she worked up the courage to tell Rean thanks for saving her family? And then Rean was like, I knew all along. What? Unfortunately, Sea Route exists.
You need not feel any guilt for your actions.
Very excited about these new characters too.
Still,
There's something I would like to say to you as well. Thank you, Altina.
Guess I'm the only CS4 fan here. Hold on. It's been over a year for me.
or what?
I hear you were always at Rean's side during the year he was fulfilling the government's demands after the Civil War. I'm truly grateful he had you to support him.
Yeah, remember the 3 episodes we saw of them together in the anime?
I was just following orders then, too.
Even so.
Besides, you're not here today because you were ordered to be, are you?
That's true. I'm part of Class 7 because I chose to be and want to be.
Oh! You don't count Reverie as part of Cold Steel. Oh. Interesting. I guess that does make sense. Yeah, you can kind of see Reverie as something. It's been 2.5 years for me. Listen, this memory ain't like this. This old golden brain of mine don't work like it used to. Too much stuff going on up here with content creation and adults and. The anime does not exist. Oh, the anime was great. It just
Aww.
was weird with what they actually did with it. Its second half was really good. I can understand the first half not being play favorable by people, but the second half was poggers. Also, while I have the time, they gave us the best Altina face. That is true. I wish that was a global emote on Twitch. What is it? While I'm here, and before we move on with more dialogue, I am gonna throw this out there as my hot take of Cold Steel. I still think Tita should have been a Class 7 member. Throwing that out there. I get what they did with her, and I don't think that's a bad thing, but there's still a part of me that's like, you know what? You should have been a Class 7 member. Just saying. It totally blows out everything we saw in Crossbella in this game as a result. But you know what? I don't care.
Our class wouldn't be the same without you.
Then you have no reason not to feel completely welcome here. You're a lucky man to have so many wonderful students, Rean.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Well, I think that's enough talking for now. What say you all to some lunch? You've had a long journey. You all must be starving. Now that you mention it... That's true, we did set off rather early. Thank you for your kindness. I can't wait to sample the culinary delights of our instructors' homes. I'll have everything ready as soon as I can. I gathered some excellent pheasant meat during my morning hunt. You're going to love it. You went out hunting first thing in the morning? Someone must have been fired up. Memes aside, this conversation is pretty great. I feel like that's generally how this game has mostly been so far. It's like this cutscenes and dialogue have really been great so far, outside of the usual shenanigans. But because it's Cold Steel, or it's because it's Trails more so. I say Cold Steel because we're with Rean now. But because it's Trails, it's like you gotta throw the memes. You gotta throw the memes out there. They never really get old. But yeah, the dialogue in this game has been stellar. Your parents are such wonderful people. Tell me about it. Ah, that was delicious. Exactly, Esto. Even though Rean's route is the worst of the 3 routes, it's still really good. The baseline for this game is a 7 out of 10. Everything else is just so damn good. Oh, Rean's is being the weakest, huh? I mean, I know C's is probably going to be the best because it's the newest one, but I'm surprised to see that Rean's considered the lowest of between Lloyd and him. I knew the meat would be fresh, but your garden-raised vegetables were delicious as well, Lady Schwarzer. That meal was the perfect balance of rustic and flavorful. And they weren't being stingy about the portions either. I've never tasted a wild strawberry tart as fine as that. The tea afterwards was first-rate too. I actually think I might have eaten a bit too much. I'm just happy we could satisfy you all. Either way, we'll get out of your way now. If there's anything you need, please don't hesitate to call on us. Thank you! So, Major, now that I've got the chance to ask, there's one thing I've been wondering. Why exactly did you call us here? All Principal Aurelia told us is that we're here for a special assignment. Whatever it is, it clearly concerns the RMP too. I understand your curiosity, and naturally there is good reason why you're the only class here. However, I'm afraid it's not my place to elaborate. So, someone else will be telling us? Regardless, it will be a little while longer before everything is ready. You haven't been home for 6 months, Rean, so why don't you take the chance to walk around Ymir while you wait? I imagine the rest of you would enjoy the opportunity to take in the sights too. Huh, that doesn't sound like a bad idea. Most of you have never been here before, so how about I show you all around? Must admit, that is rather tempting. But instructor, it's rare you're afforded the chance to come back here. There must be things you want to do without us. Yeah, we can show ourselves around no problem. It's not like we're babies, you know. We'll be alright on our own. Well, if you insist. I appreciate the sentiment, but it kind of stinks to be shut down like that. But I guess I'll do what they say and go see how everyone in Ymir's doing. Carrying over bonds. If you choose to carry over clear data from Trails of Cold Steel 4, the bonds Rean has formed will be carried over as well. Yes. If Rean's formed a special bond with a female character, that character will be marked with a heart symbol and join the party with a higher link level than normal. You can also take this chance to change whichever character you want Rean to have formed a special bond with without having replaying Trails of Cold Steel 4. Oh, yes. Receive bonus link experience if you choose the character marked with the heart symbol. The bonus will be further increased. I choose the one character that I have! Elisa! All the characters who reach maximum bond level with Rean in the clear data you carried over will be marked with a star symbol will start with a higher link level. All the characters they select here will receive those bonus link experience, but only those marked with a star symbol will receive a full additional link level. Choose which characters Rean formed a bond with. Which characters you choose here will see, yeah. I mean, oh, I don't really care about these three, honestly. I did everybody. Yeah, if this isn't indicative of how I played Cold Steel, like, there you go. I did everybody except you can choose I'll choose everyone. I'm sure I did some bonding with these three, but there you go. This is indicative of how my Cold Steel 4 playthrough went. Gee, I wonder why Rean didn't bond with the miners except for Altina. Alvin's probably the least bad of the three, I'd say. She's actually got some cool stuff going for her in Cold Steel 4. Rean's special someone gained link experience. Wow. It's so good to be back home. Every NC7 is a minor. What do you mean? Ah, yeah, I mean, you know. Okay, yeah. Whatever. You know what I mean. It's just a shame we won't be able to walk around here, just the two of us. Still, given everything else Elise and I have been through, I'm sure it's only a matter of time. Anyway, I should get going. It might be worth checking in on the others if I run into them too. You received a bonus for finishing Trails of Cold Steel 4. Man, imagine if I had Zero and Azure with me. I chose Elisa, huh? Yes. The right path. The one that matters to me. Well, I mean, I don't know. I feel like Elisa still is the one that is meant to be it, but we decided to go Harrow. It's the boy, Rean Schwarz. Oh, dude, look at this red. Look at this red in the background. I had 0, Azure 3, CS3, but not 4. Oh. Strength 50 up, auto CP up, and 3,000 health, strength ATS 75, accuracy. Oh my goodness. We could just make Rean a menace here. I want to give it to you. Alright, so I will say this. Unlike my CS3 and CS4 playthroughs, I won't do what I did before, where I basically put Rean in the back line. I will actually keep Rean in the forefront this time. So he'll actually have a chance to shine a little bit more. For those not aware, though, essentially what I did back in CS3 and 4 was I basically we could make Rean a menace, gives it to you instead. I basically kept Rean in the background and had Yuna and New Class 7 coming into the forefront, so they had more of a chance. But I don't think I'll do that this time. I don't want to make Rean too much of a menace. I mean, I do want to make Rean a menace. I don't know what I want, but that just feels like I'm gonna have Yuna out there, so I'm gonna keep it that way. But yeah, Rean will be in the main party this time, generally speaking. And it's gonna be really tricky because, like, not gonna lie, having Rean not be in the party was like almost better for me back in CS3-4 because you had Yuna and Kurt in the front and then Altina and Muse in the back for arts. This game will make you want to make Rean a menace, just saying. Alright, fine. So there's things to do here as well, according to the guide. I have 1 recipe, 3 character notes, and 2 books to get. Oh, I never read CNS! Oh, I'm sorry. I'll read it later. When we get to Lloyd's thing again, I'll read CNS. Why am I dropping frames in the menu? Doesn't make sense. Anything special in my room? I don't need to rest. New Class 7. Lovely. There's my Tachi. Alrighty, I guess that's all that there is to do. I guess I could go talk to Dad if I want to. Nice.
Nothing says.
Hold on.
Let's go.
My issue with Yuna is that she's kind of worse Lloyd, so I never had any reason to use her since I don't need a tank. I figured she was better Lloyd because she has the strike and gunner stuff. Like it's Torgal. Menu's preparing you for once Reverie gets the full task. Oh my god, I'm not looking forward to that. God, this game looks good. This game just looks great. Ah, it's been a hot minute since we've been back here in Ymir. Valley Echoes Tavern. I'm gonna go get that real quick. Do I have money? I actually have money.
There's the footbath. Sounds like just the thing after having such a hearty meal.
Yeah, 1 second. Yo, can we go snowboarding? Wow, look who's back. Glad to see you're doing well, Rean. Likewise, you're in as good a mood as ever, Gerald. No snowboarding, sadly. No! I can see why. You've got quite a few customers for this time of year. Yeah, right after the war ended, hardly anyone was coming in. Looks like things are finally getting back to normal. Since tensions between the neighboring nations have calmed down a bit, we're getting even more guests than usual. Nothing beats times of peace. You've got that right. Now then, since you're here and all, how about I teach you one of our recipes? Maybe one of your secret dishes? Are you sure about this, Gerald? Of course! You all use recipe books too, right? If you jot down one of my specials, you'll be able to prepare it whenever you want. Here, help yourself. A recipe for one of my specials and the ingredients to whip it up. We got the tricolor onigiri. Ingredients as well? Really, this is much too kind. I don't get to see you as often as I'd like, so let me at least do this much. I had full damage Rean, evade tank hurt, magic cannon Altina, and offensive healer Muse. Yeah, Eric, spot on. Muse really is offensive. Holy Jesus. I know you're keeping plenty busy out there, but take care of yourself and make sure you're eating right. Of course, I'll take that to heart. What does it do? It is 4,500 HP, 200 EP. Oh, that is quite nice, actually. I only have the one. Rean.
Let's do this.
Give me the king.
Thanks for waiting.
Damn it, Rean. Suck. And then I just gotta go to Plover, whatever the hell this thing is called. What is it? There it is. I'm just gonna go buy the books and then we'll go talk to people. Oh, Kurt's over there. Rean's crown without the end. Rean's crown. Rean cooks a regular meal instead of an incredible meal. Gold on your debt to me. You had the winky face. I don't want to have Muse do it. He just gave it to you. Lord Rean, you're home, huh? How are things at the school? Really busy as we prepare for the new school year, but super fulfilling. How are things going here, Leo? Same old, same old. You see how my wife is, right? Are you going to be sticking around for long? I'll handle all your orbit modification and weapon upgrade needs. Thanks a lot. Oh, before I forget, have you heard about that the Arcus 2 got an update? Yeah, the Reinford group got in touch with us. I heard that the slots got a boost? Correct. We can strengthen them up to a 3rd stage now, allowing for the insertion of even more powerful quartz. I actually got a sample from the RF group. It's yours if you want to see how it works. After strengthening the slot with this sepith, you should be able to plug the quartz in. Here you are. Thank you for everything. No need for thanks. I'm just happy to see you again. Since you're home and all, make sure you get some R&R. Lord Rean, my brain did not like that. He's like a Nomura character. Of course. Who do I want to... Raikiri! I have the U material, might as well like do it, right? No. Lobushka. 3,000! Holy... Wow! Whose slot do you want me to upgrade? Oh, literally my first slot? Alright, fine. Where's the blue one? What did they even give you? Brigid and Scald for Earth Pulse and Terra. Okay. I don't really have anything else, but... And for Yuna, they gave you Scald and Scorpio. That's actually quite nice. For you, they gave you Sirius. They know. They're like, we want you to be Evasion and Scald. Okay. Diva, Brigid. So the usual stuff. Okay. Meiji. Virgo and Diva. You didn't get the, Biggie. Oh, that's fine. They gave you Crystal Edge, so that's pretty nice from the start. And Ash gets Scorpio and Brigid. Like, whatever. Do I upgrade their weapons? It's only like 1 U material each. Nothing's gonna hurt if I don't do that. Agemaru Sash, Fiber Jacket, Stragatuff. Oh, if I need any of these things. Maybe I do need these things. Yeah, they want me to get the Kagemaru Sash. Alright, fine. You get tons of U material in this game, don't be afraid to use them. Okie dokie. Well, if it isn't Rean, welcome back. Long time no see, Camilla. Camilla, you look well. Armor is so-so, but upgrading weapons is always worth it. Gotcha. What's that? I look young and my complexion is perfect? You sweet talker. That's the first one! The first haha! You haven't really changed. Oh, come now. That's not true. I've been in the rare item business lately. Speaking of which, have you heard about this? It's Lake Lord's newest fishing gear. I heard it way too many sets. And then on top of that, they sent me new rods and parts as a bonus. Care to take them off my hands? You sure? Of course. I'm sure this stuff would be much better used in the hands of a knowledgeable fisherman like you. Let's go. Whoa, this is a lot. Thank you so much. No need for thanks. I just like seeing you happy. I'll be running the shop as usual, so feel free to drop in whenever. Dude, one of the cool things about the anime though was seeing Rean fish. He just casually pulls out a rod and is like, oh, time to go fishing. I'll be running the shop as usual, so feel free to drop in whenever. Will do. Fishing, huh? It's starting to warm up a little, so it's the perfect time to cast a line in the mountain stream. Persuade people to join the fishing guild. Oh boy, here we go. Okay, where's my song here? Hold on. YouTube. All right, so I have 2 minutes to advertise people to join the fishing guild. This will be interesting. 3, 2, 1, go. Have you ever wanted to be the best at something, but just weren't sure where to begin? Have you ever wanted true satisfaction from a skill that you know best and wow everyone around you? Have you ever decided that, you know what? I'm not in tune with nature enough. I need to fix that. Well, you need to join the Lake Lord. I'm not even doing music. You need to join the Lake Lord Fishing Guild, where we'll teach you all the ways to fish. We'll give you a rod. We'll give you bait. We'll even give you hooks. All you have to do is find a fresh stream of water by you with some ripples in it, mash that X button, and you'll have some ripe fish just waiting to impress everyone around you. And sometimes they'll even drop goodies too. You want money? They'll drop it. You want quartz? They'll drop it too. You want random sepet that you can use to upgrade your slots? They'll drop that too. Come on, there's no lose situation here when it comes to the Lake Lord Fishing Guild. And you'll have a once-in-a-lifetime chance with your fishing skills to meet the top anglers, Lloyd Bannings and Rean Schwarzer. All you have to do is join now, get to fishing, fill out the book, and within no time flat, you'll have that entire book filled out, and you'll be entered to win a chance to meet the true anglers themselves, Rean Schwarzer and Lloyd Bennings. So what are you waiting for? Come on over to Lake Lord, get yourself a rod, get yourself some bait, and get to fishing. I'm a bit short on that one, but that was a very quick 1 minute and 30 seconds of an advertisement. Oh, yeah. What if I want to meet Estelle instead? Oh, yeah, Estelle's also a top angler. This is bait and I fell for it. Listen. No refunds. You can't refund fish. You just either you eat it or you just toss it back into the water. I should give it a whirl once I have some free time. By the way, Rean, do you have a moment? Is she your girlfriend? Chotomate. Estelle's a top angler, but isn't the only canonical fishing god. Lloyd? I remember that being a thing. Is it? Probably. I feel like they didn't really give Rean the true title. Wouldn't surprise me. Because, I mean, Rean was with the Lake Lord boy, and they kind of went up against them and all that. But thank you for redeeming Advertise, Rio. I hope that was enjoyable for you. I figured you brought your girlfriend home with you. I mean... I wonder who you'll bring home next. Lisa is writhing in her chair right now. Just let me buy shit. Do I need anything? I have smoke telescopes, yeah. Oh, we have things? Oh, you can give him his Cold Steel 4 outfit? That doesn't look right, honestly. Like, without the hair, it don't look too right. Yuna's travel wear? Oh, yeah! And the branch uniform. Estelle and Lloyd are divine anglers, but Rean is the god angler. Oh, there's a strong temptation to just put these outfits on. Because these are good. These are good. But no. Alright, you know, what's up? Looking to grab a souvenir? Yeah, for my family. Oh, and for Jessica and Luis as well. This place sells all sorts of rare stuff. That reminds me of Nyo Suian Imports. They both carry Eastern goods, it's true. Since a lot of their stuff comes from the Republic, they were out of stock last year. But now things are finally back to normal. Thank goodness trade has recovered. Agreed. Well, what is it, instructor? Nothing. I just thought you'd be more on edge today. You're surprisingly calm. I mean, today's the signing ceremony in Crossbell. Yeah. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't thinking about it. There's a part of me that wants to be home for such a monumental occasion. I feel kind of left out if I was the only one who didn't come to Ymir. I belong with Class 7. Yuna. By the way, I heard something from Randy. He told me you played a big part in Operation Liberate Crossbell last month. Oh, it wasn't that big a deal. I just helped Lloyd and the others a teeny bit. Hey, are you really okay with staying at the branch campus? It's the end of the school year, so you should have been able to transfer back to Crossbell like Randy. Heck, I bet they'd love to have you at the police academy again. So you want me gone then? No, that's not what... Pardon me. I'm just messing with you. It's true that I regret not being able to properly graduate from the police academy. Right now, my time at the branch campus is even more important. I said it earlier, it's where I belong. I see.
And you know, I like being with you, instructor. I didn't mean that in a weird way.
I know.
Haha!
There's still a lot I want to teach you, too.
Good, because I'm all ears.
Anyway, everything I learned at Thor's is sure to be useful in the future. Whether it's for myself or to help strengthen the relationship between Crossbow and the Empire. I'm gonna be counting on you to teach me good stuff, instructor. You have yourself a deal. Better get that brain ready of yours. Ready. Blah. I hate League. Hey, Yimond, what's up? Long time no see. I've hydrated like 5 times, Throat. Can you figure your crap out? Enjoying the footbath, you two? We certainly are. It must be wonderful having a place like this in the middle of your village. It's one of Ymir's biggest selling points, to be sure. If you don't mind, I think I might join you. Ah, this really warms you up. It truly does. I can feel all my fatigue just fading away too. It's strange how effective it is, given how little of your body is actually inside of it. Can't even find the time properly to watch anime, so I'm playing League. Alrighty. We need to get you off of the League train, Emond. That can help solve so many things. Just one step at a time. We'll get you off of League. Forced to leave from your PC. Yes, agreed. So, what were the two of you talking about before I came over? You, actually. Me? Specifically, we were talking about that power of yours. The curse's influence completely disappeared as a result of the final rivalry, but your specific power still remains, correct? Yeah. The seed that originally gave it to me is gone. The power itself has developed to the point where it's essentially its own thing now. Oh, but there's no need to worry. I've got it largely under control now. Largely? We forced my friend to delete League in high school and he went through withdrawal. Is it that addicting? There's no way, right? It is? Largely implies there's still the possibility you might lose control over it. I can't deny that, but I'm devoting myself to make sure it doesn't happen. It isn't that we don't trust you. We simply don't trust your unfortunate habit of choosing to sacrifice yourself at the drop of a hat. Oh! Altina! Call him out! I heard that the first time you lost your power, control of your power, was here in Ymir. Was that the first time? I don't know if I'd call that the first time. Oh, but he lost control over it, I guess, yeah. Because you were trying to protect Elise from a ferocious monster on the path behind the village. Oh, that time. Oh, that, okay, like way back. Okay. I haven't even watched the new Rent a Girlfriend episode. I haven't even watched season 2 yet. I'm behind too. Forgot I found out about that, huh? Still, I'm afraid that's just who I am. I can't promise that I won't endanger myself for those I care about again. At least this is the only one that's true for. Your perspective is logical in theory, but those who make such sacrifices don't understand just how painful they can be for those they mean to protect. Especially when they leave you completely alone. Yeah, it's one of those... There's a good point, actually. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up. Why do people enjoy it? For me, I'm in it just because I've already caught up to the manga so much that I need to see it to the end. I need to see what happens at the end, but otherwise it's pretty bad. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. Besides, she came back in the end, so I have plenty of time to punish her for what she did. I'm sure you mean to thank her for what she did. Incorrect.
Anyway, I want you to keep watching over me, instructor. There's still so much I have to learn from you. So I won't let you just disappear. I won't let you leave me.
I won't leave you, don't worry. On a note not entirely dissimilar, not entirely dissimilar note, what When will we be going on the date you promised me, instructor? Wait, what date? This is the first I'm hearing of this. Because I never promised anything like that. Rean, don't leave your daughter again. I can't believe you would simply forget. You agreed to it before our exams last month. Was Rean drunk? It's almost time for the end of term exams. It's been a wild year, but I want each of you to prepare properly so you can show off the results of all your hard work. You in particular, Muse. There's no need to hide your talents anymore. I want you to give this everything you've got. Muse, please stop trying to get Rean in prison. Can we get Muse in prison? Yes. Instructor, that's a tough ask. But if you promise me to give me a reward, I might be able to make that happen. You really are a handful. But let's see. If you manage to take the #1 spot on the combined rankings with the main campus, I'll happily treat you to a meal. Sure enough, she placed at the top of the rankings without breaking a sweat. Ada must have been furious at placing second. What can I say? Love triumphs over all. Rean, you fool!
So, I did what I promised I would. Instructor, don't you think I deserve a word of praise for my accomplishments?
Can't argue with that. Your motives are worth a raised eyebrow, but you did really well. So, well done, Muse. I'm proud of you.
You have no idea how it makes me feel to hear you say that.
And I suppose a promise is a promise. When we're done here in Ymir, I'll make time for us to go for our meal. Is that acceptable? Rean, what's going on with your nose shadow there, buddy? Yay! I can hardly wait to spend a whole day with you and get dinner at the end. You're pretending to mishear me on purpose, aren't you? Those exams were a small price to pay to go on a date with the man of my dreams. I can place in any position you desire, from the top again all the way down to the bottom. You can deliberately rank bottom? Well, luck would factor into that one, so I would certainly have to say bottom 3 to be certain. Please note. It's like competing against someone playing by entirely different rules. Coming in here has gotten rid of my physical fatigue, but my mental fatigue has really jumped to take its place. I think I'm going to get out. What about you two? We'll stay in here a little longer. Still have the issue of your obsession with your sister to discuss. Now I'm really leaving. Probably for good reason. Okay, then we can go talk to Boycott over here. The scenery here truly is spectacular. It sure is. I've lived here most of my life, and I'm still not tired of it. It's just a shame it doesn't last all year. Once the snow's gone, that's it. Still, I'm sure it's just replaced by the equally unique beauty of another season. You're not wrong there. You're more than welcome to visit again in another season if you want to see it. I'd like that very much. Did you once practice your swordsmanship here? Sort of. It was further up the mountain, to be specific. Master Kafai and I spent about a month living out in the wilderness while he trained me intensively. Interesting. I heard the Arseid school does a similar thing. Perhaps it's an Eastern manner of training that the Arseids later adapted? It's true that Eastern martial arts emphasize becoming one with nature. But I think in my case it was just because Master Kafai believed it to be effective. Securing food to eat and a place to sleep every day was hard enough, but sometimes he would even set monsters on me. Looking back, I had to do some crazy stuff to make it through in one piece. And you're a glutton for punishment. I shuddered to think what you must have gone through. Ouch! Is that how you see me? Forgive me. I didn't mean for it to come across so rudely. One Piece? One Piece is real? Still, perhaps I should try training in the mountains myself. I apologize if I'm assuming wrongly here, but are you feeling frustrated with your progress? Oh no, I'm not. No, I suppose you're right. I'm happy to lend an ear if there's something you want to talk about. Alright then. This isn't a new concern of mine, but it's something I was reminded of when we were introducing ourselves to your parents. The Union all seem to have grown significantly since I first met them. Not just them. The same could be said for Ash, Muse, and all the rest of the students at the Academy. They've all matured significantly in the years since we all enrolled. Then there's me. I don't feel like I've grown all that much at all. I continue to train every day, and I do feel as though I'm improving. I'm just a little frustrated by the pace. I think you only feel that way because you're more capable than most. What do you mean? In other words, you expect more of yourself than most people do. When you put your bar for success so high, it's only natural it's going to be harder to surpass it. That's just reality. That makes it sound like as if I've got barely any room for improvement. That's definitely not the case. It's going to be more difficult for you to make significant progress than before, but you've been overcoming that for a while. Last year, you faced off against Prince Cedric and overcame many trials before that. But you weren't content to rest on your laurels. In the 6 months since, you've never stopped working to better yourself. I think you're the only one who can't see how much progress you've made. As your instructor, I know better than anyone just how much you've improved. So, have confidence in yourself, Kurt. Thank you, instructor. Of course, don't take that as telling you how to be content with how you are and to stop trying. I wouldn't dream of it. I have no intention of slowing my pace, at least not until I've surpassed you. Wow, sounds like I have a good reason to keep bettering myself then. Well, I'm going to get going, but we have the Phoenix Wings to ourselves today. I'd recommend you take the chance to relax in the hot springs while you have it. It sounds wonderful. I might stay here a moment to collect my thoughts and then head over. Alrighty, next we gotta go talk to Ash, who is over by the snowboarding area. I also should save. What are you up to over here, Ash? Get my guide ready. There we go. Nothing much, just wandering around. Oh man, there's just a lot of snow left down this way. Well, we don't generally use this path, so there's no point in removing any of the snow that builds up here. It just stays until it melts. Guess it makes sense if you've got the cable car anyway. Something on your mind? Kinda. A while back I heard someone talking about a sport you can basically only do on a snowy mountain. Just can't remember the name though. Snowboarding? That's the one! Heard something about using a special board to ride all the way down to the bottom of the mountain. I figure there's gotta be enough snow here to do it, right? Though I'm thrilled you're so interested in snowboarding, that would be a really bad idea. Why? Gotta tell me, oh Ash, most of the snow's already melted, you're gonna die a horrible death, or something. Well, screw that. Life's no fun without a bit of risk. To be fair, you did hit most of what I was going to say. But yeah, there's no chance I'll let you snowboard in this. Lame. If you really want to give snowboarding a try though, you're more than welcome to come back here in the winter. I'll even teach you myself. I'd surpass you in no time flat. I'd like to see you try. I'll have you know, I'm at the top of the leaderboards for every course here. Man, when you get hooked on something, you really do get hooked, huh? Don't forget, I'm from Raquel. I grew up gambling to put food on the table. There ain't a game I can't win. I'm not afraid to embarrass you on your own turf. Well, that sounds like a challenge to me. Can't wait to see who comes out on top. Just remember that you're not allowed to bet anything on the outcome unless we do it after you graduate. You and your damn rules.
I've gotten so used to spring everywhere else that the cold here has got me feeling like it's still winter. think I might take that advice I gave to Kurt and soak in the hot spring.
Let's go. That's the chapel. Let's do it. It looks like someone got here before me. Maybe it's Kurt?
Major? I'm sorry. I wouldn't have come in if I'd known you were here.
Is that you, Rean? Why don't you come into the water? You must be cold standing there.
Hey, at least it's an adult. That's true.
We haven't had a chance to talk in quite some time.
True. We're long overdue for a talk.
God, they make it sound like they're dating.
Well, if you're comfortable with it, then I'd love to.
Dad mentioned how the RMP must be really busy now. How are you holding up? You aren't overworking yourself, are you? Thank you for your concern, but please, put that worry out of your mind. My work sometimes comes with unexpected benefits, like being able to visit the hot springs here, for instance. I suppose that's true. The RMP is being restructured and having its military capacity downsized at the same time, so I can't deny that I am busy. That do be the point. The mean Rean Bean Machine never stops. This train has no brakes. Choo choo. Well, that's true for so many others right now. I don't think I have a right to complain. What do you mean by being restructured? Does this relate to how the RMP and Intelligence Division don't answer directly to the government anymore? Yes. Because of that, we aren't going to have the kind of freedom we used to. I believe that we'll still be able to protect the people of Ereboni in a different way than the army, like before. I see. The RMP isn't being rolled into the army though, right? Correct. Although that possibility was being considered at one point. In the end, it didn't happen, thanks in part to General Van Dyke and Provisional Government Head Regnitz. It's not impossible that I could lead to a power struggle in the future, unfortunately. But I believe the Empire needs something with a chain of command separate from the army that can serve as a deterrent. To avoid power gathering in one place again, you mean? Exactly. Is this really the best time and place for this talk? This isn't relaxing. Hey Vampy, what's up? No, it's the best time, of course. You have to have your most pressing conversations in, you know, hot springs. But Vampy, since you like very cute people, here's Claire, one of the cutest people. She's got that going for her, at least. She's very cute. The Wars and its graduates, myself included, are expected to serve as another kind of deterrent as well. The reason being that the school students and teachers alike exert influence in various fields, and have all kinds of connections. See. Rean and Claire don't know how to relax. Yeah, exactly, that's why they're so perfect together. As someone charged with helping raise the next generation of Thor students, I suddenly feel even more pressure. As you should. We're all counting on you.
By the way, Rean.
Yes?
I can't deny, though, that it would make sense. Like, the whole point of hot springs is to relax, so I guess if you're just letting off steam, literally, you know, maybe you do talk about personal things in hot springs. I wouldn't know.
This feels very overdue, but I wanted to thank you.
For what?
For all you did during the rivalries. For all you did for Milliam, for facing me head on, and for granting His Excellency's true wish. Mere words feel woefully insufficient given all you've done. But I also didn't want my gratitude to go unspoken.
That's very kind, but you really didn't have to. I was just doing what I wanted to do, and I couldn't have done it alone.
Yeah, exactly. Couldn't have said it better myself, Eric.
That's about what I expected you'd say.
This might sound kind of sappy,
Rean, everything you say is sappy.
But I feel like it was worth it all just to see you smile again.
Aww.
You really are oblivious to how you sound sometimes. Jokes and thanks aside, there's something I wanted to ask you too.
What is it?
Be fair to Rean, that's sappy even for him. Yep.
Are you truly happy right now, Rean?
Ooh. Wow, Claire's the one asking that question? Dang. That's a heavy one.
Of course I am. Busy, certainly. But I am happy.
Ooh.
I still can't believe we made it through the Great Twilight. We even got Crow and Milliam back. I was hoping there was a way we wouldn't lose them, obviously. But deep down, I had already given up and braced for the inevitable. It wasn't without some goodbyes. But it's all over now, and I can still be with everyone I care about. Which includes you, of course. The joy I feel about that hasn't gone anywhere.
I'm glad to hear that. Still, there's a difference between being happy over something and you yourself being happy. You went through a lot during the Great Twilight, including having to say farewell to your father. Despite living in fear you would disappear or lose your friends, you came out the other side with victory in hand. You, Rean, persevered to save us all. And I can believe that's made you happy, yes. As much as I can believe that happiness continues to cast a punishing shadow over you. Am I wrong?
I'm speechless. You really can see right through me. You're right. I'm still not sure how to handle the happiness I feel. I know it's there. I'm just not sure how to truly accept it.
Claire, are you going to propose?
All the people who died on the first day of the war did so because I made the Great Twilight happen. Do I even deserve to be happy when they can't be? Or forgiven for what I did?
It may not be my place to say this, but I think you're the only one who can decide that.
I suppose you're right.
I know how you feel, because I'm in exactly the same position. You were concerned earlier that I might be overworking myself. For me, I'm just trying to atone for my sins by throwing myself into my work.
Major, that can't be good for...
Don't worry. I can calculate how far I can go as well as any number. I'm taking care not to cross the line into self-sacrifice. It's tempting, though. Every time I achieve something to make Erebonia's future better or see you and Milliam's smiling faces, I get a little closer to forgiving myself. It's not something I can do overnight. It's every moment I can justify forgiveness, no matter how small it is, that gets me one step closer. As long as I don't falter, I'm sure I'll be able to like myself again one day.
That's a mature way of going about it.
Far from it. I'm duplicitous to a fault.
I wonder if
I don't think my approach will work for you. You're much too sincere to go tricking yourself into feeling anything other than how you feel. I know it won't be easy for you. Just, I hope you can let yourself be happy.
Easier said than done, I'm afraid.
Maybe. But if you let it elude you forever, I'll always be one good deed short of being able to fully forgive myself.
What am I even supposed to say to that?
I did call myself duplicitous.
At any rate. Man, jokes aside, that was... Wow, that was a really good cutscene. We're still in it, but like, wow, that was really well done. What did you guys say? Yes, they did put Rean, a female character, in a hot spring and wrote a scene that's actually great. Reverie's just built different. This game is just hitting all cylinders, isn't it? My opinion on Claire is mighty similar to my opinion on you now. Fair enough. I can totally see that. We'll catch Cole's just standing around like that, you know? Why not the three of you come down and join us in the water? I'd say all of Reverie's chapters are first chapters are peak. I suspected we wouldn't be able to evade your notice. For what it's worth, I did feel kind of guilty listening in. I didn't hear all of your conversation, though. Please don't worry on that count. It's on me for not watching what I've said in a public place. Instructor Claire really is amazing. What I end up doing is letting our instructor listen to my problems. What can possibly help with this? You okay, Yuna? I suspect she's thinking about how much she would like to wash your back. Much like I once did. As if I was thinking such a... Wait, you did what now? How untoward of you both. Listen, you weren't going to deny the allegations, I see. Listen, there was a very good reason for what happened. After Rean was taken to task for his past transgressions, current Ash came to join everyone in the spring. The group then enjoyed a relaxing time together, letting the soothing waters melt their stresses away, if only for a moment. Oh, Claire, your outfit is so good. Ah, that felt amazing. Why are these co-ed hot springs, you know? Who knows? I'm jealous you had a place like this so close by all your life, instructor. Yeah, I get why you're so addicted to hot springs now. I knew you'd all come to understand in time. Well, if everyone's sufficiently rested, I think it's about time we departed. Are you all ready? You mean, here it comes. I take it you're finally going to enlighten us as to why we were summoned here? We're going out into the valley, I assume? Correct. Please follow me. You will all have your answers soon enough. You can change the party menu. Oh yeah, that thing. Yeah, I think I am gonna put the I'm gonna put the costumes on. I much prefer these looks. Oh boy, oh, they got like new like portraits and everything. Oh my goodness. All right, who's my party gonna be? I actually kind of like this party a lot. We'll see. Tactics. And then you guys kind of in the back. Sounds about right. Link. For now, I'll equip the Kagebara slash to you. Save.
I shall go.
It's my turn.
There we go.
Here I go.
Let's go.
Engaging.
It's my turn.
It's my turn. And now we go to Ymir Valley. Ah, the same Ymir Valley theme. Never gets old. I will do battles here because we have not had battles this entire time. There's snow as far as the eye can see. It's like this area on the mountains is still stuck in the middle of winter. Yeah, the travel wear is so good for these people. People don't usually trek this far out, so the snow remains fresh. It's also a little colder here because of the mountain stream too. Thought that might be it. It's so beautiful. Does the water come from the melted snow? Yeah, it's still freezing cold though, so watch your step and don't fall in. Actually, that reminds me, there's a really nice fishing spot around here. Maybe you're the one who needed that warning, fish for brains. We should make our way up the path. Keep your eyes peeled, everyone. The slightest mistake from this point on could cost you your life. There does seem to be a lot of monsters here. The path is narrow, so avoiding battles will be difficult. Whatever, we've dealt with way worse than these chumps. It wouldn't hurt to be cautious. True, let's make sure our equipment and ordnance are ready to go before we start climbing up the path. Not like we have much to do anyway, but... And away we go, exploring.
These monsters are no pushovers, yeah, but what gives, Major?
Just stay alert and keep your eyes forward.
Take it down a notch, girl. No need to be so on edge.
Ha! Let's get him! Right, here we go.
They're mine!
It's my turn.
Yeah, Yuna has two modes. She has striker mode and gunner mode.
Here I go! Set gunner mode! Burning heart!
I shall go. Search mode activate.
Thank you for the hydrate.
Details procured.
Yeah.
I'll support
Thanks.
Oh no! Oh
I'm sorry.
It's my turn.
no! Oh no! Oh, what is the problem? Oh god, who has revive? Muse does?
Good luck.
Gladly.
Yep, oh my god, that was horrible.
Hold out. Black tortoise. Let's go.
That is probably some of the funniest stuff. Alrighty, well.
I'll help. Go!
Thanks.
I'm here. Arcus, activate. Go! Thank you.
Very well.
It's my turn.
It's my turn.
We'll just do a quick oopsie doopsie here.
I'll leave it to you.
Leave it to me. Crimson Flood now.
I'll assist. My turn. Arcus activate. Ha!
Very well.
It's my turn.
Let's go.
My turn. Arcus activate.
Yeah.
I'll support
Thanks.
you.
That's the power of the.
Alright, listen. That was not a very good first battle. That was a really bad first battle. That was honestly really funny. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our tactics menu and we're just going to move everyone just a little bit away from each other. How about that? That's much better. Alright, does anyone have breath? That's much better.
Phew. That was refreshing.
Only uphill from here. Bessie's got KO'd together. Oh my god, both such true statements. Man, oh man. Okay, well at least these little tykes aren't that bad actually.
Beginning suppression.
Zero craft? I mean, sure.
Eternally flowing. Form is emptiness. Emptiness is form. First,
second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, 8 leaves. Breaking guard. That's the
Good job,
power
Rean.
of the 8 leaves.
Demon Slayer vibes. Zero Craft is so good. Who needs encounters anyway? I need to go up this way first.
They're in disarray.
I don't remember what all these do.
Shatter! Warhammer! Set striker mode. Set gunner mode.
Oh, that's my turbo button too. That's annoying.
Can't escape. Wide open.
Too slow. I'm up. Cut through. Let's go. Let's fall back.
No.
My turn. Search mode activate. Scan complete. Engaging. Arcus activate.
My turn. Right there.
They're mine.
Hi, legend.
Nice.
Here I go.
Nice. Lame.
I shall go.
Sure.
Divide to conquer. Transform. Sync complete.
Is this
Initiating
overkill?
raid mode.
Absolutely.
Accelerate. Strike. Solaris. Bringer. Battle complete. Let's continue.
God, having U Class 7 and like slightly remembering how I used to play before and having Rean in the party is actually messing with my head.
Ooh, an opening.
And it's honestly pretty funny.
Shatter! Warhammer!
I shall go. Search mode activate. Scan complete.
Earth and Wind?
It's my turn. Arcus activate.
It's my turn. Arcus, activate. Nuh-uh.
An opening.
Whammo.
I'll support
Thanks.
you. Engaging. Brianna, fire.
Brionic? Wasn't it Brianac?
Got him. It's my turn. My turn. Here we go.
They're mine. It's my turn. There! Get him!
Too slow.
Look at that. Who knew after how our first impressions went that we'd sync up so well?
That's all in a year's work between us.
That's what you're gonna go for? Oh, come on. We could have had such a better and cute quote between you two, but that's what you decided to go with? Really? Alright, fine.
Watch our flanks.
Oh, great.
Hold out. Black Tortoise.
Can't escape. Fire!
Can't escape crossing fate.
Not today.
Oh, we're doing this again?
Damn it.
And down Yuna goes! Claire herself is frozen, which is awesome.
Thanks. Sure.
turn.
Claire, I need you to not be frozen. That's a really strong idea.
There!
Oh no!
It's my turn.
Hold out! Black Tortoise!
Ready.
Better to swap, honestly.
I leave it to you.
Leave it to me!
But she's the icy main golem. Why would you take away her ice? Oh, no. That's a good point, actually.
Very well.
Here I go. Set striker mode.
This'll be fun. You're mine! Let's go. Let's go.
Aw, Kurt.
Numbers up.
It's my turn. They keep coming.
It's my turn. Hold out! Black Tortoise! I'm up. Good luck.
Switching in. Search mode activate. Details procured.
Pest Cargo. Percocet.
My turn.
This battle theme is so good.
This'll be fun. Hey, you! Rest in peace! It's down!
I'll assist.
Oh, the death blow never gets old.
Take this! Wide open.
Too slow!
My turn. Charging. Ha! Pumped up. I shall go. I've got you. How do you heal? Thanks.
My turn. There!
They're mine.
Sure. Fierce as fire! Blazing swarm! Sure. And open it!
Nice.
They're mine.
The evasion for the win.
Take this. Get 'em.
Too slow! Numbers up! Got something for you. Bullseye! Ha! Done already?
And in here, we'll find
Adorable treasure chest.
a red pendulum. Oh, prevents freeze. Guess what? We're putting that one on.
Let's go!
Oh, the battles in this game are so much fun. And running around Ymir Valley is so much fun. This game is just fun. Good fun. Although I didn't expect the icy bombs to be as hard as they have been so far. That's one big ass monkey. They sure look stronger than the other monsters here. A lot more aggressive too. Could it be because the higher elements are active? Now that you mention it, they're only present in spiritual places. I can sense them along this path too. That wouldn't have been the least bit surprising during the twilight, but it is concerning now. You're right. I don't sense anything else that would be amiss. We should keep our guards up. Let's defeat that monster while we're at it. Understood. This be a good opportunity to utilize a united front then? Oh yeah, that new Arcus 2 feature that's being tested right now, isn't it? I remember hearing that Professor Schmidt is in charge of its development. Its goal is to recreate the link phenomenon that occurred with the Divine Knights during the Great Twilight. It bypasses the Arcus' usual limitations by allowing 5 or more people to form a combat link at once. I believe ZCF and the Epstein Foundation are aiding the feature's development as well. Ha! As if the Orbans need another busted feature. I heard it does have its limitations. Only those who are connected at the end of the Twilight can use it. It could be a revolutionary feature if they find a way to bring it to a wider audience. That much is true. The rate at which technology is being developed never ceases to amaze me. Class 7 has been given the opportunity to help with the Arcus' development again. We'll be formally providing the team test data by using this feature. This monster is a perfect opportunity to get a head start on that. Sounds good to me. I want to give it a shot. Shall we ready ourselves for a fight then? Sure, but first, fishing.
Looks tough. We'll need to be careful.
I don't know how many fish are here. There are 2 fish.
For a bite. Nice.
There's a snow crab and a carp. Oh.
It got away.
I was reading the guide. I didn't realize I hadn't caught the fish yet. I thought I had already caught the crab.
For a bite. Nice. Well, it's not bad.
Oh, give me U material. Nice. Okay, now give me the carp.
For a bite.
Thank you.
Nice.
Fish, please. No! Damn you.
It got away.
I'm horrible.
For a bite. Nice.
I will save scum this if need be.
Not bad at all. For a bite.
You suck at this game.
But why? There we go. Catch you later, Esto. Thank you for stopping by.
Not bad at all.
Appreciate you hanging out. There we go. I think we're ready for the fight. We got this. We got this.
Powerful enemy. Exercise caution.
Shatter! Warhammer!
Monkey. Why? Monkey. You have shown me, monkey. Monkey.
I'm up. Roar! Healing strike!
Here I go! I'll back you up! Infinity Order! Here I go! Take this!
I shall go. Search mode activate.
You know,
Scan complete.
I'm just rusty. What can I say?
It's my turn. Go berserk! Infernal hunt! Let's go. Roar! Healing strike! Now!
I'll assist.
Let's go. Here we go.
They're mine!
My turn. Arcus activate.
Very well. My sword and soul are as one. Light. Purge my foes. Gemini. Judgment.
Pump set
slow. I'm up. For one. And one for all. Let's go, everyone.
Unscathed. Yo, let's go. Destroyed. What, no level ups for that? Nothing? Wow, this United Front thing is amazing. It truly is. I was expecting to make us to make quick work of such a formidable foe. You were right. Using it did remind me of the sensation I felt during the Twilight. Yeah. It also reminds me a little of the overdrive ability we were able to use during the Civil War. Though this feature is clearly much stronger than even that. I don't know, overdrive was pretty good. Aw, what a shame I didn't get to experience that feature with you too. I'm just glad it's useful. I can see us kicking a lot of ass with it in fights. Sure enough, I'm sure we'll get plenty of use out of it while traveling in such a large group. Let's not forget to use it where we can. That would be for the best. So, shall we get moving once again? Our destination isn't far from here. Nope. Does anyone need EP? No, we're good. Alrighty, on to the next part. I may not have done great at fishing, but I did great at beating up a monkey. It's all coming together now, one step at a time.
We're past the halfway point, but we still haven't seen anything of note.
All the more reason not to let our guard down. We don't know.
Let's get him.
There we go.
I'm up.
I mean, if I'm just gonna get Zero Craft, I'm just gonna go hard.
Engaging.
No.
Fiercest fire. Blazing swarm.
My turn. Charging.
It's my turn.
Let's go. Right there.
They're mine.
Not on my watch. Not today.
Oh yeah.
I'll save
Thanks.
Yuna!
you. My turn. Charging.
Not out yet. Arcus, activate.
My turn. Right. Here we go. Come on, Yuna.
I got it.
And that defensive down really hurts, doesn't it?
Target's eliminated. Move.
Swear to goodness. But yeah, what else can I say about this stuff? I think it's really cool. It's also been really fun to kind of see the new Class 7 stuff again. I'm glad they started with new Class 7 and not old Class 7. Like, I feel like that would have been very overwhelming if they had gone with that way. But I think starting with new Class 7 was just a really good idea.
It's my turn. Set gunner mode. Can't escape.
Very well.
So I'm really glad. And new Class 7 is a great cast of characters as well. I mean, outside of Muse. But like, generally speaking, they're a pretty great cast of characters. So it's nice to see them back and around and still kicking and stuff like that.
I'll show no mercy. Fiercest fire. Blazing swarm. Okay. It's down.
I'll assist.
Very well.
But a chain battle's not good in this game?
Here we go.
They're mine.
Engaging.
Yeah, ain't an AoE spell, honestly.
Pumped up. Can't escape. Fire!
Kurt!
Don't give up!
Kurt!
Yeah. Engaging. I've got you. RTM heal.
Let's go. Crimson flops down.
I'll assist.
There's more. Let's go.
Well, he's still stunned, but at least he's back here now.
Swarm.
That's what matters.
Okay.
Pumped up. My turn. Arcus activate.
Ah!
Thanks.
Oh, Rean.
Thanks.
Oh, they didn't even move.
Here I go. Arcus, activate.
My turn.
Ah, well.
I shall go. Activate. Break destroy.
What?
Thanks. It's my turn. Yeah.
I'll support
Thanks. My turn. Right. Here we go.
They're mine.
Auto charge 200. Like every time you use a spell, you're just never gonna run out of VP, are you?
Let's go.
It's my turn. Set striker mode.
Let's go. Let's go.
There we go.
That was the Vander's stuff.
Treasure chest found.
Prevent seal.
Collecting contents.
That's preventing attacks, right? We'll put that on my boy Kurt. Or Ash, probably. Look, it's a big old monkey.
Watch out. This is a tough one. Shatter. Warhammer.
Roar. Helix strike. It's down.
I'll assist.
Here I go. Take this. Get him.
Too slow.
Engaging. Activate. Break destroy.
Let's go. Go berserk! Infernal hunt! Let's go. All for
Go for United Attack and just do big boy damage.
Pumped up.
Oh yeah, the problem with Burning Heart is that it does that, doesn't it?
very well. Here we go.
It doesn't actually do that. Annoying.
Roar! Helix drop down.
I'll assist. Engaging.
Awesome.
Switching up. Gladly. Heal our wounds. Something train.
It's my turn.
Fierce as fire. Blazing swarm.
Pumped up. Take this.
Holy heckin' heck.
I can't lose. Good luck. I'm up. Ha! It's down.
We're just gonna end the fight there.
Goodness me, you were a lifesaver for little old me, Ash.
Yeah, okay. You ain't fooling anyone with that act. Nice. That'll do it.
Stats updated.
That monkey is really
They
powerful.
only get cuter.
Nice.
This game's really telling me what hard mode is like.
Time out, guys.
Ivy nail. Oh, quite nice. All right, let's do some switcheroos here. Oh, I need a level 3 slot? Oh, well, that's kind of sad. That would be really nice to have. I mean, I guess I could warp back and get it if I needed it, but... alas.
Oh yeah, that's much better.
Oh, yeah. I'll skip that fight for right now. What's going on? Oh, there's an Orban station over here, and then there's an encounter. Nice.
Ready.
Oh, I can do court stuff here. Apparently the guide wants me to get 2 Firebolt quartz and 2 Needle Shoot quartz. And then also unlock Altina's first. Alright, I can do that at least. I don't think I can get the Needle Shoot though, as a result. Can I get the Firebolts? I can get a Firebolt. Do I need Galleon for it? Probably not. And I guess they want me to give 1 to Muse, which is interesting. And they want me to give a Firebolt to Altina, which I don't even think I have another one of. Nope. So we're just gonna have to go with that one, I guess. But I mean, so long as someone has Earth Arts, yeah. I mean, Yuna and Altina will have Earth Arts. There's almost a strong temptation to almost take Rean out and go back with my normal 4 of Yuna, Kurt, Altina, and Muse. But no, it's fine. I think we'll be fine otherwise. I can always just switch people in and out if need be. Alright, let's give this a shot.
I apologize for the wait, Your Excellency.
You're who?
You're exactly on time. Just turned midday.
It couldn't be. Father?
Vander? Mateus Vander the Thunder God. Holy crap. That's what his name is?
So he's...
I mean, I feel like we already knew that, but it's like, I don't think we've ever actually, like, seen him, have we?
He is both House Vander and its School of Swordsmanship's head, Mateus Vander, the Thunder God. He and Viscount Arcade are known as the strongest swordsman in Erebonia.
Yeah, sure, but why is he here?
I get the impression he was waiting for us.
It's good to see you, Your Excellency.
What does bring you here, Father?
Raise your weapons.
Sorry?
I sense no threats in the vicinity.
Whoa! Get him, Kurt.
What's going on?
Prove your strength to me. If you cannot defeat me by 3 p.m., you will be disqualified.
Disqualified? From what?
Get ready for battle, everyone. I'm as confused as the rest of you. We're sitting ducks if we don't fight back.
I'll take lead, instructor.
And where do you stand, Major? Ain't it obvious? She's been in on this from the start. Correct. I apologize for deceiving you. You gotta be kidding me. We're up against the Thunder God and the Icy Maiden. The odds are not in our favor. For what it's worth, I promise not to hold back. I did warn you earlier that the slightest mistake here may cost you your life. What's she doing? Is that some kind of trap? Billy, Bunny, get out of here now! Escape while you both still can. Ah! Ugh! No! They've let themselves be caught so that we could escape. Ash! Muse! Pay attention! Instructor! Kurt! We're the only ones left to fight. It appears to be an orbital mine powered by several control devices, operated remotely and intended to restrain. When did you set all this up? When I came to survey the area before getting in the hot springs, I was hoping to mobilize all 4 of you at once. But unfortunately, the 2 of them noticed the trap's range early enough to save you. This isn't like you at all. It's so... Are you searching for the word cowardly? In real combat, you can't assume your opponents will always follow a code of honor. You know that. Besides, my greatest strength is catching foes off guard. And I told you, I won't be holding back. Because you recognize our strength, right? I would be honored by the compliment if you didn't have your gun trained on us. Still, I was able to remove your greatest tactical mind from the battle, as well as the ever unpredictable Ash. I'm sure you realize this is one of the worst situations you could find yourself in. Rean and Kurt stand no chance of victory against the Thunder God without reinforcements either. In short, this is checkmate for you. Don't count us out just yet. Precisely. This is hardly the first time we've been faced with impossible odds. I don't know what's gotten into you or Kurt's dad, but if you think Class 7 will give up so easily, you're in for a rude awakening. We'll overcome this trial just like we have all the others. Very well, then show me what you can do. Oh god, it's a 2v1. Oh, it's Claire too. Oh, this is gonna be very tricky. All right, here we go. Reduce Claire's HP to a certain amount. It's a completion requirement too. Holy heck. Well, I get Absolute Reflect in 4 turns. That might be a pretty good idea to do. You're weak to Earth? Alright, we can work with that.
Engaging. Search mode activate. Details procured.
Very weak to Earth and Time. Okay, good. We'll lock Crest up. Nice.
I shall go.
We'll Ivy Nail. We'll Needle Shoot. We'll just art you away, buddy. Doink, doink.
I'll support you. Thanks. I shall go. Arcus activate. Here I go.
Yeah, I need BP, which is the problem. So I need to have Yoon actually go in there and actually do a little bit of fighting. Which is a pain! Do I have an impede? Do you have an impede? Ooh, none of these impede. Go for CP.
Thanks. It's my turn.
And then we impede with cross break. Oh, let's go. Ah. Oh, you better not die, Yuna. Ooh. Keep in it, keep in it, keep in it.
Time to bring out the big guns.
Just go for damage.
Fire! Not done yet.
Taiga, charge!
I shall go.
I did not do a lot, but that's okay.
I've got you. Artium heal.
Thanks.
Oh, that might be bad for Yuna. Oh god. Okay. What I'm actually gonna do here is use an item.
Thanks. Here I go. Damn it.
My turn.
Go for damage.
I'll show you the true strength of ice. Pumped up.
Yep, and you're enhanced.
Suppressing targets.
Oh no.
Mirror devices in place.
I mean, we would have gotten hit by Kaleidoforce regardless.
Orbital laser. Fire.
Mission complete. May you rest in peace.
God damn, Claire.
Here I go.
I shall go.
I need you to get BP.
Arcus activate. Yeah.
It's my turn. Arcus activate. Yeah.
I'll support you. I shall go.
Oh, I don't have a healing thing? Alright, we're just gonna send you over here. Oh, you suck.
Arcus activate.
It's my turn.
You are bad. Alright, here we go. Oh, Yuna's dead. Oh, Yuna's dead. Yuna's dead. No! Shucks.
Why? No.
I shall go.
I don't have a way to revive her except for a Celestial Balm. Reviving Balm.
Thanks. Engaging. Mortal barrage.
Engaging. I've got you. Artium heal.
Thanks. It's my turn. Damn it. Here I go.
Oh yeah, freaking amazing. So good.
I'll support you.
Thanks. Activate.
I shall go.
It's my turn.
I shall go. The bite.
Go for damage. I probably should use Aragam Heal, honestly, for CP, but that's okay.
Here I go. Set gunner mode. Set striker mode. Arcus, activate.
Yo, what's up, Woffs?
Thanks.
You're getting my butt handed to me.
Arcus, activate. Pumped up. Shatter.
Oh, and you're frozen. That's really bad. Alright, how am I gonna do this? 30% HP? Would it be safer for me to just go for the heal with an item? Yeah, just so I don't die.
Arcus, activate.
My turn. I've got you. Artium heal.
Thanks. Here I go.
Thankfully, there's no turn requirement. Ow.
Useless. I'll save you.
Pumped up.
For anabolic Cocoa Pebbles bars and a different anabolic burritos for let's go. So excited to see you get that started, bro.
see now.
Also just joined a Patreon for the first time. Let's go! Ugh. The two of us cannot defeat her head on. Is my next thing gonna be freaking, Kurt and Rean alone? Because that's gonna be a very difficult fight. Let's get some distance between her and us for now. Your odds of defeating me aren't low. They're non-existent. As long as you have the slightest chance of victory, miracles can happen. That's how you and your class have made it this far. But once that chance has been completely snuffed out, no amount of struggling can change the ultimate outcome. Your defeat is assured. Ah, it's gonna be a very painful fight. It's time to end this. Gah, this isn't going well. Where are we, instructor? The Isengard range. This is one way to come back to the Isengard range. This is where I did the training I was telling you about earlier. Their goal was clear to split us up, and unfortunately, they succeeded. Father! What a poor show this is. You'll have to do better if you ever hope to defeat me. What are you trying to achieve here? Why do we have to fight? Because we must. I owe you no further explanation. Or are you such a poor warrior that you cannot swing your blade without a cause to lessen its heft? Save your words, instructor. There's no getting through to him when he's like this. Fine. Then we'll do this in a language that he will understand. Right. At last.
No more questions. Show me your strength.
Reduce. There's an RP requirement too. Kurt, I need your evasion to be on par here. Thank you for the posture check.
Hold out. Black Tortoise. Let's go. I'm up. Arcus activate. Yeah.
Might have Rean Bean on support here or something. I don't know. Oh God, Kurt. Kurt.
I appreciate it. My turn.
Here we go. I'm up. Roar. Healing strike.
My turn.
Aw, Kurt, Babushka, why you do this to me?
Arcus activate. I appreciate it.
There we go. Get that going, boy. Get that going, boy.
I'm up. Hold out. Black Tortoise.
It's my turn.
Did what? Did you just call Kurt a little old grandma? Is that what that word means? I don't know. I've been calling people a babushka since I was a little child. That's just a word that I've just known. Well, you know what? It actually worked out in that sense because he can't evade for shit, and his whole point is to be an evasion tank. Babushka's like Granny. Oh.
I appreciate it.
That changes a lot. Kurt!
Let's go. This is nothing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna heal. I don't trust you to evade next turn. See? Like I knew.
Here we go. Let's go. Arcus, activate.
Gotta get healing. Gotta get evading. Hurt. Gotta get evading.
Arcus, activate.
Aw, don't have a way to impede. You know what? Run. Ixion Volt! Oh, Rean, you better have the defense to handle this one, boy. Yeah, that's right.
It's my turn.
Oh my G.
Roar. Healing. Try. Very well. Hold out. Black Tortoise. My turn. There. Let's go.
Yeah, he's really going for a Rean now, isn't he?
I'm up.
Fine by me.
Yeah. It's my turn.
Kurt, I need you to do your shit. I know your evasion is not that high
Too slow.
compared to before,
Let's go.
but we can work with this.
Not today.
Well, that is just not great. You think if I do Breaking Dawn, it'll push him towards his RP requirement? Nah, let me keep it safe.
My turn. Arcus, activate. I appreciate it. Thanks. It's my turn. Roar. Healing strike. My turn. Is that how it's going to be?
Yeah!
Is that all?
No. I can fight.
Oh, the cutscenes in this game are so clean.
I'm ready.
Pathetic. He's not so weak as to be killed by such an insignificant fall. He will, at most, be confined to a hospital bed for a few months.
That's your child!
Son, why would you do that to him?
There is no place for restraint in Vander School duels. He is merely paying the price for his lack of skill.
Being cruel to be kind requires some degree of kindness first, Your Excellency.
Even if he does emerge unscathed, he won't make it back here before 3. Kurt is, to be blunt, disqualified. You are the only one left to face me, Rean Schwarza. Do not disappoint me.
This doesn't make any sense.
At this rate,
Come on, we'll hide under the bridge. We need to get to Instructor Rean ASAP if we're going to figure out some way to help out Ash and Muse.
I agree. And we need to get out of this icy water before it saps any more of our strength. That should be our top priority.
That's a cliff. You're too old to be just be throwing away kids if you want your family to continue. Yep, that's so true.
I hope you don't think I can't see you down there.
Is anywhere safe from her?
No one escapes the Icy Maiden when she's this serious, I fear.
Damn it, my limbs are still numb. There has to be a way out of this trap. And hurry up and find it, girl genius. Consider countless possibilities already, but none of them will work for certain. Ah, fat lot of good you are. I'm not the only one that could have prevented the situation, you know. You could have used those animal instincts of yours to sense this coming. What do you think I am, Scarecrow? I can't do any of that crazy stuff. Ah, so we're keeping you around for your wonderful personality then. Oh, shut up. I cannot believe I'm stuck here when my darling instructor needs me at his side. This is unbearable. I'm worried that Altina and Yuna won't be able to handle Major Claire without us too. Ugh, this is some real bullshit. Ash? What? Did I just see you move? I mean, I'm numb from the waist down, but I can move the rest a bit. That's incredible. It's all I can do to speak. I've just trained more than you have. While you were busy plotting in the shadows and looking down on everyone, I was hitting the gym. Maybe try getting your own hands dirty for a change. I'd rather not live my life by your rules, thank you very much. Though I must admit, you might have a point. Not like you to admit you're wrong. Guessing that means you thought up a plan? I certainly did. Just so we're clear, I got maybe half a moment of normal movement in me at best. That's plenty. Sounds like you've got something that might actually work. Then I'm in. I'll tell you when and where to attack. All I require of you is to do it. First, I need some silence. I need to calculate the best point to attack.
I hope you don't think I can't see you down there.
Is anywhere safe from her?
No one escapes the Icy Maiden when she's this serious, I fear.
She's got us surrounded. It appears we're out of options. I'm glad you understand. Now if you'd...
Now!
Eat this!
Impossible!
What on?
That was Muse and Ash.
Now's our chance! You know what to do, Allie. I'll back you up.
Understood. Activating Arcadius mode.
You're not getting away. You're still the same Claire we know and love after all. We'd have never pulled this off if you had used a nastier trap.
Activating sonar mode. I'm detecting orbital mind control units. 3 in total within the vicinity.
You go, Altina. You go, Altina.
Are you both alright?
I'm still a little numb, but I can fight. We should go make sure you...
I got it covered. Wild Billy, grab on!
Billy?
I'm on my way. I'm ready, Ash.
Better hold on for dear life.
What else can I do except say that you got me?
All right. Now we just gotta beat up that scary old guy by 3, right?
Which means we can't afford to stay here a moment longer.
I'll go on ahead.
We've got a lot of questions to ask you when we get back, Claire.
Huh. What an impeccable show of teamwork. They've got little under an hour left. I just hope they make it in time.
Your spirit is admirable. You wield your blade well. However, your inexperience is as evident as the nose on your face.
And here I thought we were a divine blade now.
Aurelia clearly overestimated you.
Did she say something about me?
That you may one day surpass even her as a swordsman.
It's an honor to hear she thinks that. And I'm not sure I can live up to the vision she has of me in her head. Still, if she's placing that much faith in me, I can't squander it by falling short here.
Then show me you can withstand my full strength. You may be a fledgling divine blade of the 8-lead school, but your first steps within the realm of greater warriors are as shaken as they are unyielding. Your potential is undeniable, even if you have yet to realize it yourself.
I'm not done yet.
Then allow me to finish this.
Tina?
Wow, a Kiseki save that actually makes sense.
Are you alright, Instructor?
I am now. Thanks.
Instructor!
Still alive and kicking, huh?
I'm so jealous of Altina for getting the best part. Oh, if only I could fly.
You're all right.
So you defeated Major Revelt. I must admit, I am impressed.
Instructor, where's Kurt?
He
Whoops.
fell from the cliff.
Huh? What?
Please tell me you're joking.
Did you pull on her leg? That's a hell of a drop!
I hope he's alright.
Forget about hope. We gotta go save him.
He might be hurt, but we have no reason to believe that his life's in danger. Right now, we need to focus on the fight at hand. That's what he'd want us to do.
I mean, you're right, but...
Now that you've been able to regroup, you may actually be able to defeat me if you fight at 1. The clock is about to strike 3. I cannot imagine you can achieve victory in time.
The odds are clearly not in our favor.
That is a whole ass clip, exactly.
Sure, but screw this old man for telling us what we can and can't do.
How unfortunate.
Don't count us out yet!
Kurt!
That sounds like...
You changed clothes.
Kurt!
You're alright.
When did you...
Now that's how you make an entrance.
It's quite a feat to climb directly up the cliff.
If I had followed the meandering path up the mountain, I never would have made it here in time. Climbing up was my only option.
Kurt, your hands.
Is that blood? You can't hold your swords like that. We'll take care of the rest, so just...
I appreciate your concern, Yuna, but I'll be fine. I wish I'd had more climbing experience under my belt, but I guess I now know it's something I need to work on.
Kurt!
Please don't worry about me, Instructor. I won't let my injuries slow me down. I have the rare chance to fight my father with all of you at my side. I would endure any pain to take advantage of it.
Oh, Kurt.
Damn, someone's fired up.
Then far be it from us to disappoint him.
Very well. Show me what you're capable of. When you work as one, on my strength as the Thunder God, I I will be the one to judge your potential. We need no talk. Now come.
This is actually a pretty good party for this. Ish. Be victorious within the time limit and be victorious within 30 turns. Oh, man.
I've only just begun. It's my turn.
Shatter! Warhammer!
I'm up.
Roar!
Healing strike! My turn.
What's sword dance? Ooh. Unfortunately, I do have to take Ash out of the party and bring in Altina. Because, wait, does Altina have fire? She doesn't have fire. Who did I get Firebolt to? I don't remember. I'll wait.
You're mine!
Here to play.
Shatter! Warhammer!
Because he's weak to fire.
Here to play.
I give it to you. Okay, well, that works.
Activate. I'll care for you.
Thanks.
That's really bad.
Go!
What?
It's my turn. Arcus, activate.
Let's go.
Oh, Rean has Firebolt too, actually. That's pretty nice.
Roar!
Healing drop down. Too slow.
Places, my dears. The curtain, let the show begin. And now, the grand finale.
S-Craft spam!
Galaxia, volley! Do speak up if you'd like an encore.
My sword and... Not today. Not today. I can't lose. For one.
Oh god. Oh, I'm freaking dead here, aren't I? What would be smart to do in this situation? Think.
Thanks.
I love you.
Let's
That's
go.
the start.
Arcus, activate. Not on my watch.
My next move should be... Arcus, activate. Go!
Thanks. My
It's all good, Vampy. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you.
Hold out. Black Tortoise. Let's go. Let's go. Roar. Healing drop down. Too slow.
Is that all?
And now he's in enhanced mode.
Arcus, activate.
This'll be fun.
Tag out.
Leave it to me! Take this!
My turn. activate.
Oh, that was the wrong place for that.
Nice.
I love you.
It's my turn.
Oh, I am sealed? That's not great.
Arcus, activate.
I'm here. Heal our wounds. Self-contained. Pumped up. Take this.
Yeah.
Just a few souvenirs.
Oh, thank you for the sub,
for
Trance.
the memories.
Appreciate you.
Shatter! Warhammer!
Very well. Let's go. Roar. Healing strike.
Oh, what? That's so bull. What's the point if you're just gonna do that? Also, welcome to the stream.
All for one.
Just do Unga Bunga damage. I have 17 more turns to do this Unga Bunga damage.
Shatter! Warhammer!
Sub before first chat power move? Listen. I think that's a pretty big power move.
Arcus, activate.
Very well.
I appreciate your high confidence in me. Welcome, welcome.
Not today. It's my turn. Roar. Healing strike.
Go! Time to bring out the big guns. Turn good and fire! Not done yet! Onward! Valiant charge!
My turn. Here we go.
End it. Yes, we still got it.
You just keep getting stronger, don't you, Coach?
I don't think I did it within 30
With the
turns though, I'm
lessons,
not gonna
maybe I'll
lie.
Be stronger than you, instructor.
Did not do that in 30 turns though. You did it in way fewer than 30. Wait, was the number on the top for the 50 or the 30? At least according to the turn bar. Oh, I thought that was talking about the actual requirement, not the BP, the RP requirement.
Nice. I've only just begun.
Oh, well, that would have been helpful in upgrade S-Craft.
Nice.
I only get cuter as I level up.
Also would have been very helpful.
Yeah, I did it!
Valkyrie Smash. Rushes and breaks through a single point with the piercing. Oh, yes.
Stats updated.
Arcadia's gear too. Very nice.
Now's our chance. Strike! Right. You're mine.
I didn't see the thing for RP. Maybe it comes after.
This too.
Yeah, I don't think I did it in 30. That felt like way more than 30. Felt like, I don't know about way more than 30, but that was definitely more.
Father.
You pass.
And why was the action count only at 11? Yeah, I don't know.
We did?
Kurt, your dad is too damn strong.
Doesn't it count down? Yeah, it counts down. And I think it started at 50. Pretty sure it did.
Him being head of the Vander School isn't just for show.
For real? You sure he's not the strongest on the continent?
You didn't get the RP bonus, dang. Okay, Rio, is it worth going back and trying to get the RP in this game? Like, is there something I miss out for not getting full RP? Or is it just items? It's not worth it? Okay. I'm not gonna worry about it too much then. I'll try my best. But yeah, stuff like that is just
But I'm glad we passed. Whatever this was. Even if it did take all of us.
They've all grown so much. I see the battle's over. Were you watching us, Major? I only saw the fight's conclusion, I'm afraid. Your teamwork during the battle was exceptional. Exceptional. You've all proven your worth. You have the strength to aid His Highness the Prince. To what? I'm not sure I understand. Father. I assumed he has returned to Ymir. We can tell you more there. No, I suppose we have kept you in the dark for long enough. I'll fill you in on some of the details now. Then we can tell you the rest back in Ymir. Thank you. We appreciate that. As I'm sure you've already deduced, defeating us was meant to serve as a trial of sorts. A test of your strength and capabilities. Thought so. This was the buy my arts for my Abyss run. Oh. Oh. Buy my arts. That was Kurt from Sky. Oh, wow, what a guy. What a fight. Yeah, the time limit screamed test to me. I'm glad that we were able to pass it. Even if it was too close for comfort. But why test us in the first place? I can't imagine even Principal Aurelia would go this far for an academic exam. Which would mean... sharp as ever, Rean. As a matter of fact.
This feels like...
Are you alright? Someday we're going to fight the Grandmaster and that Kurt fight will still be more difficult. Honestly. It really will be. Something up? What was that? It couldn't be. That was a very eerie roar. It came from farther along the path. Should we go and investigate, Instructor? Yeah, I don't think there's a moment to waste. Oh, everyone heard that? What was that? Heard that roar before. 2 years ago. Oh, Adios. Why now? I don't know. I'm worried about Rean and his students, but I need to remember they have the Major with them. I'm sure they'll be fine. We need to focus on getting our people to safety. You're right. All we can do is believe in them.
That roar came from over there.
Schwarzer, you thinking what I'm thinking? I'm sure I am. It shouldn't be possible at this point, but it's the only thing that comes to mind.
We should investigate with caution.
Aw, this theme from CS2. Aw, good times. Da-da-dum. Da-da-dum. Da-da-dum.
A strong foe. We'd best be wary.
You know what else I forgot to do? I didn't analyze, did I get the analysis on, him? I guess, yeah, I did, because I got everything, right? Yeah. Everything's here, so I got the full analysis. Yeah. No, I missed one! What? Dang, bro. I'm just being sloppy all over the place.
Powerful enemy. Exercise caution.
Let's go.
Gotta start over. I know, right? Oh, sadness.
Search mode activate. Scan complete.
Let's go.
Ah, whatever. As long as it doesn't actually matter in the grand scheme of things.
It's down.
It's Reverie. There's nothing like. I can't imagine.
Set gunner mode. Let's fall back. Can't escape.
Maybe when Kuro comes, they'll be like, "Oh, you want to carry over Trails into Reverie data?" Probably not.
Search mode activate. Details procured.
An opening. My
That's
turn.
right, Kurt. Keep that evasion going, bro.
I shall go. Arcus activate.
Let's go. Roar. Helix.
Run's dead. I really do gotta start over and just speed through everything and make sure I get it all.
Set striker mode. Take this! Get him!
Too slow. Very well.
Shatter!
Let's go.
When the final Trails game comes out, I wonder how many carryovers it'll have. I don't know, because it's like you you can't carry over Sky stuff, can you? So it would just be crossbow duology, CS 3-4. But if you had everything, oh, that'd be like so cool.
Prepare yourself. Shatter. Here we go.
If you have every game on Steam and you can carry everything over. Oh god.
Engaging. Charging.
Nah, by that time the Sky remake will have happened. Please? Not that Sky really needs one, but it would be very nice to see a 3D.
Very well.
It would be nice to see a 3D Sky.
Very well. Let's go. Roar. Helix drops down.
I'll assist. Engaging. Arcus activate.
Not today.
I have a really bad habit of keeping my party members close to each other.
Was that all?
That hits the spot.
I'd be okay with ports. I think it definitely needs to come to Switch. Sky needs to come to Switch for sure. Oh, Zerum
This one
powder.
is certainly worth holding on to.
I love and miss this theme so much. Oh, it's so good. It just reminds me of the beginning of Cold Steel 2 and just how amazing that was. Where Rean just wakes up and is just so mad at Celine. And he's just like, screw this. I don't care who is going to be in my way.
Very well.
I am going to get my friends back, and that is the end of it. I'm tired of trying to convince people that their 10-year-old laptop can run it. Wait, do people really not believe that their laptops can run Sky? It's like so easy though.
Wide open!
Too slow.
Engaging. Charging.
Let's go.
That is a shame.
Yeah. Targets eliminated. Move out.
If you never play on the games on PC, I can understand how you wouldn't understand. I guess, yeah. There's this kind of that thing of just like
Brute. Be careful.
gladiator headband. Nice, very nice. I think that's gonna go to Kurt. Yeah, you get more CP. Well, am I saying that doesn't really does miss what people's primary issues playing with Sky? They just don't like playing PC games. It's hard to get working controllers. You gotta have Steam, etc. Yeah, it is something that, like, if you had a bad experience with that sort of stuff, then you're probably not going to be inclined to want to.
Treasure chest found.
A Curia.
Collecting contents.
Ooh, hold on. I don't think anyone can even equip that. Yeah, it's just a level 3 quartz. Maybe someone can now. It's called a mouse and keyboard. Very true. I think people also don't want to do that either, which is just kind of a shame, but... Ooh, I won't be able to upgrade any slots because we're just under. I guess I can get Muse's first slot. Not that I really even need you. That's okay. I'll still keep that as a decision. That's fine. Oh, I wish I could buy. I could buy a pendulum if I really need to. Yeah, it'll be fine. Is that a magic knight? Isra Zamiel. What? A magic knight? Just being near it sends chills down my spine. It looks to be one of the more powerful knights. It's about to look like it's had its ass kicked. This is the knight we once fought in Glacia Shrine. Be careful, everyone. This is no ordinary foe. Don't worry. As long as we all stay alert, I know we can take it. Let's do this!
A powerful enemy. Exercise caution.
Shatter! Warhammer!
Roar! Healing strike!
This is another X assumes you played Y New Game Plus moment. Oh, he disordered me? Bro. Is it?
Let's go.
Is it one of those moments? I don't remember. Mighty Guard.
Search mode activate. Details procured.
Weak to Earth and space. Okay, cool.
Here I go! Yeah.
Thank you.
My turn.
Hold out! Black Tortoise!
How's this gonna work now?
I shall go.
Just use weak arts and get the things off of it, I guess?
Charging.
And open it. My turn.
Here I go!
I'm up!
Great, I burned myself. Should be good now.
Crimson Flux down!
I'll assist.
Very well.
Glacia's Shrine is CS2 New Game Plus exclusive. Oh. Wait, there was gameplay in that? Oh god, it's been so long since I played CS2. I thought that might have been, I thought that was Reverie Corridor, but... Where in New Game Plus do you fight it? Is it just one of the shrines that you find along the way? Because I remember there were the big elemental shrines.
Let's go. There.
They're mine. Yeah. My turn.
There we go.
Charging. Here I go. Set striker mode. Arcs, activate.
Let's go. Roar! Healing strike!
But it seems like it's an optional dungeon that opens in Ymir Valley at the end of the game. Oh, really?
Very well.
I thought that was the, Huh. I'll have to look that one up, actually. I'm curious now.
Hold out! Black tortoise!
Very well.
Oh, Kurt, baby, no.
Engaging. I've got you.
Thanks.
Guardian heal. It's my turn. Take this.
I did not do CS2 New Game Plus either.
Very well.
I'm up! Roar! Healing strike! Now!
I'll assist. Don't give up.
Thank you. Not today.
Oh, what a horrible time to break.
Arcs, activate.
Let's go.
God tier plays from the Magic Knight. They really buffed this AI, I swear.
They're mine. My turn. I've got you.
Thanks.
Guardian heal. Thanks. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm up!
안녕, 마니. 마냐! 마냐! 드라파.
One.
The Wahoo will carry me to victory.
My turn.
마냐, 와니 루프.
Go berserk! Infernal hunt!
My turn. Eternally flowing.
Time to.
Very well. Here we go.
That'll at least get some good damage in here.
Engaging. Charging. Nuh-uh.
Let's go.
Didn't really need to do that, but that's fine.
There.
They're mine.
Ah,
It's my turn.
Shatter. Warhammer.
I'm up! Cut through! It's down!
cut through.
I'll assist. Don't give up.
Thank you.
Ikaka.
Thanks. Not today. Let's go. Here we go.
They're mine. I'm in trouble. I've got you.
Thanks.
Guardian heal. Thanks. It's my turn. Arcs, activate. Thank you.
The speed on this lad. The speed on this lad. He just goes. He just goes.
Listen, Ebon Crystal.
Let's Let's go. Roar! Healing strike!
Very well.
Speed on this guy.
There!
They're mine. Pumped up. Arcus, activate.
Engaging. Arcus activate. Now. Transform.
S-Craft spam for the win. Just destroy the freaking dude. Just destroy him, who cares? Send it home, Kurt.
The Vander now! You're done for! Ragnar! Right!
There you go, boy.
That was the Vander style in raw form.
Thank you. And yeah, the brass was really good in that theme. Oh, evasion 6? That would have been real helpful. In like every other place.
Nice!
I'm sure Muse fears Crimson Slash. Interesting. I'm sure Muse Ash would have also been helpful too on that one for strength. But I mean, I feel like Yuna's still for me just the best all-rounder that I have. And I kind of want to continue making her into an all-rounder again. For the Rean's side of things. And I need to make Altina stronger as a mage. But I need to have it so that both Altina and Muse can be switched out interchangeably. Woo! Target neutralized. Good work, everyone. Not to belittle our stunning accomplishment, but that felt like a walk in a park after facing down the Thunder God. For real. But anything looked bad next to that. I prefer it if you didn't talk about my father like he's some kind of monster. Well. Though, having just been tossed down the side of a mountain, I suppose I could see where you're coming from. You want y'all notice how Kurt changed clothes again? Still, what was a magic golem from the Dark Ages doing here? That's a good question. Although I do recall hearing that one appeared during the Civil War. I mean, that's true, but they're only supposed to appear when the spirit veins are stimulated, as they were during the Civil War in Great Twilight. Exactly. I have to ask Emma or Roselia to be sure, but I'm not sensing the same kind of disarray in the veins like I did then. There's the fact that Black Records described the Magic Knights as having been created to compete with the Divine Knights. The last Divine Knight is gone, so why would they appear now? That is rather perplexing. That's not the only mystery either. I'm just as concerned by the power that it used. I was under the impression that it was only possible to affect causality by using the Great Twilight. Yeah. I remember you, Lecter, and Cedric using it back then. It's probably not a good sign that a Magic Knight can use it too. There's another one? More than one, it appears. They came from the valley path. We should hurry. Ymir may be in danger. Right, let's get moving. This guy, just single-handedly taking them down. Whoa! He defeated all of them by himself? We weren't needed here after all. Damn, he didn't even break a sweat. I feel as though we've only seen a fraction of what he's capable of. Regardless, Ymir should be free of danger now. That's a relief. Is everyone ready to head back to the mansion then? It is a really good way to show how powerful he is. Thank you again for saving our village, Lord Mateus. Think nothing of it. A light workout now and again does the body good. A light workout, he says. Only needs one hand for that sword, literally single-handedly, my goodness. Not sure we can even imagine how someone of his strength sees the world. Well, I think it's time we got down to business. And my wife and I will leave you to it. No, please, you two have long been close to the Imperial family. I think it would be best if you remained. Does this involve them somehow? Come to think of it, you mentioned aiding His Highness the Prince earlier.
The truth is that several days ago, Prince Olivert and Lady Sherazard left for their honeymoon aboard the Courageous II. They have not been seen since.
Whoa.
How could they be missing?
And you're certain of this?
I'm afraid so. We haven't been able to reach the ship or any of its crew.
You've lost contact with the entire ship?
They were only just starting their new lives together.
You don't think it could have malfunctioned and crashed, do you? Unlikely. It's one of the most advanced airships in the land. I agree. They always kept it well maintained too. I think we can discount that possibility. Which means there must be a human culprit behind this. Anyone put out a statement yet? You know, like, if you want to see your beloved prince again, you better pay up, or anything like that. Though we, too, are operating under the belief that this was a deliberate crime. To date, no one has claimed responsibility for it. No leads then, huh? This whole situation seems really unnatural. Are we sure the prince isn't deliberately trying to conceal his whereabouts? It wouldn't be the first time. Are the Kapuas up to their shenanigans again? I doubt it. He's got no reason to pretend to be dead like he did during the Great Twilight. I thought they turned over a new leaf. And at this point in his life, he isn't the type to worry others without a very good reason. Regardless of the reasons for his disappearance, this is a crisis of national import. Hence, Emperor Yujit entrusted me with the task of investigating it in secret. So His Majesty doesn't want anyone to know? That makes sense. If the general population were to find out, it would almost certainly spark a panic. And the unfortunate timing would only serve to throw fuel on the fire. As a precaution, we've only informed those who need to know. That's a good call. The last thing we need is more chaos with a signing ceremony and Crossbell coming up. I don't think this was done by someone who didn't want Crossbell to regain its independence, do you? If it were, they most likely would have issued a statement by now. Can't rule out that possibility, but we don't have enough evidence to seriously consider it either. I've mobilized the students in the Vander School to help in the search, but we need more people on the ground. Which leads me for asking Class 7's assistance. He came to me as a graduate of Thor's, and I offered him my aid. I spoke to Principal Le Guin to secure approval, and then summoned those of you here as Class 7's representatives. Ymir was chosen so that we might discuss the situation and search at the same time. So far, that search has not borne fruit, but the appearance of magic knights is concerning. Agreed. It's too odd to be a coincidence. On another note, this trial gave me an opportunity to see how capable you all are. I came away very impressed. That's a relief. I'm glad we didn't disappoint. As if we would. And Kurt, I'm especially impressed with the capable young man you've become. Thank you, Father.
That said, I must hear your answer. Are you willing to assist in the search for Prince Olivert and Lady Sherazard?
Sherazard.
Erebonia needs Prince Olivert, and he has done more for Class 7 than we can ever repay him for. I don't know who or what is responsible for his disappearance, but no.
Whoops.
We will devote all we have to finding and, if necessary, rescuing him. I'm sure all of the others who couldn't join us would say the same thing.
Excellent. Then consider yourselves entrusted with this task. We'll be counting on you.
Right!
Now, the matter being confidential does mean we cannot officially mobilize the army to aid in the search. If there's anyone you trust to bring in for additional help, however, you have full permission to share this information.
Understood.
Though our assistance may be minuscule in comparison, we will do whatever we can. The Isengard Range is our backyard, so we could mount a thorough search of it and the surrounding area.
Your help is much appreciated, Lord Schwarzer.
Having accepted Matthias Vander's request, Class 7 was formally added to the search for Prince Olivert. By the time the conversation reached its end, however, the day had drawn to a close, prompting a decision to remain in Ymir for the night. Bathing twice in one day feels a little indulgent, but I can't have any lingering fatigue holding me back. I'm going to need to contact my old classmates to discuss how to approach the search as soon as possible. Boy, what a day. I'm honored to have had the chance to face a Thunder God one-on-one. I just wish I could have put up more of a fight. Maybe a Divine Blade now, but I still have a long way to go to truly feel worthy of that title. Still, that's not the most pressing issue right now. I'm more concerned about why all those magic knights appeared. What strange that strange feeling was.
You are... I am...
Do not lose sight of yourself.
That sounds like...
Swords are without form and exist within oneself. If you have need of your blade, you need only to grasp it in your mind.
Grasp it in my mind.
Oh, hello.
Your Excellency. So it really was you.
Something seemed amiss. I thought my advice may help.
Thank you. It really did. This silence is so intimidating. I hope I haven't disappointed him by letting him see me like that.
Rean Schwarzer.
Sir.
I am very grateful to you.
For what?
For all you have done for Kurt.
Oh.
The hot springs won't do you any good by standing. Sit.
I suppose you're right.
I've long been aware of my son's burdens. His worries stemming from House Vander being stripped of its long-held duty to protect the Imperial family, and of concern for Prince Cedric. Yet as a father, I chose not to console him. I do not regret that decision. But I am relieved that he found you to help him break free of his shell. He's grown more than I ever could have imagined. That is why I am grateful.
So you were still thinking of him, in your own way. Truthfully, I don't think I deserve the credit you're giving me. Kurt's development came from his own ceaseless hard work, and the support of the friends he met along the way.
Exactly.
All of that was only possible because of your guiding hand.
I certainly tried to play a part, but I still think my role was minor.
I'd like to ask, why were you withholding your strength during our duel?
Was I?
Even I would struggle against a divine blade of the Eight Leaves School fighting at their best.
You know?
I think you're overestimating me as much as Countess LeGuin did. I played more of a supporting role after my students arrived, but I wasn't shying away either, I assure you. I'm simply not capable enough to do that against an opponent of your caliber.
Then that leaves only one other possibility. Something weighs heavily upon you.
Then you could tell.
It came through loud and clear as we crossed blades.
I suppose strength like yours wouldn't come without being so perceptive as well.
Does this worry relate to the state I found you in earlier?
I'm honestly not sure myself.
I see. No situation is too complex for the warrior who follows a simple course. We use our skill to protect that which we cherish. We need not strength for anything more.
I'm ashamed to have almost forgotten something so fundamentally important. Thank you for reminding me of that, Your Excellency.
It's been longer in there than I planned to, but thanks to the pep talk, I feel a lot better now. I don't want to stay out too long and be late for the meeting back home. That's not until later, so I think I can walk around a bit and cool off. Okay, that was a very long stream, but I think that's where I'm gonna end it here. Even though the guide tells me I'm literally about to end Rean's Act 1, I unfortunately do need to get going. So with that, we will finish it tomorrow. We'll literally just end tomorrow, or start tomorrow with finishing off Rean's Act 1. Okay, let's see here. Ding. Here's some links if you want to follow me on social media. Here we go. Follow me on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and feedback forum if you want to provide some feedback for what I'm doing and stuff like that. Past that, I wish you had the time now, but at least you'll get to it soon. Shaky, what's up? I know, I wish I did, but it's bleeding a little bit too much. I know, like the guy literally says I'm like right there, and then I could have started C's route tomorrow. But anywho, I would like to thank everyone for joining me here today on this session of Trails into Reverie. It was a blast. We'll be back here tomorrow, same time, same place, to finish off Rean and do whatchamacallit, the unknown route, or C's route as it's going to be called. And yeah, I don't see anyone that in particular to raid right now. I think we'll just call it for now. But again, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow, same time, same place, for some more trails. Bye-bye.